I had done LSD several times before this occurrence. Each time had been the most pleasing of experiences. I had ventured through my thoughts and each time come out happy, seemingly on top of the world. Little did I know, my next trip would not be so beautiful. It was a Friday night. That week at school I had done poorly on a couple of tests, and when my parents found out, they gave me hell. They called me stupid and threatened to send me to military school. You know, all the shit. I had also been having problems with my girlfriend. She had found out I had been doing drugs, a fact at which I had not informed her of, and she was not particularly fond of them. I tried to reason with her, but she would not have it. Our relationship continued to deteriorate until finally we broke up on the Thursday prior. I obviously had not been feeling too happy, so I decided to meet up with a few friends as a sort of pick-me-up. I met 3 of them at the movie theater, and one of them told me they had scored some LSD. One of the main rules of tripping is to always think good thoughts and be happy prior to your trip. This is where I made my mistake. I was incredibly depressed, but I decided to just say fuck it and down 9 gel tabs. My friend also had some, but I'm not sure how much. We decided to go out to my friend's car before the movie and smoke a few bowls. I had 4. We then proceeded to go see The Ring. Fucking huge mistake. I was an idiot for seeing that damn movie while tripping. Everything started out normal like before the movie started. I was watching previews and the colors on the screen swirled and twisted in shape. They were so beautiful. I was sure this was going to be a pleasant trip. I would be brought out of my depression. Wow, was I fucking wrong. So the movie started, and immediately I'm transported into this world of fear and horror. If you have seen The Ring, then you know the part where you see the girl in the closet and her horribly contorted face. When I saw that, my friends and I completely lost it. We sprinted out of the theater, screaming. I'm pretty sure I was crying. I'd never seen anything scarier in my life, but because I was tripping, I kept seeing the image over and over again, as if the girl was right next to me. We luckily spotted another one of our friends who was sober that night. We told him what was going on, and he was nice enough to drive us to my friend's house, as we were obviously completely incapable. I looked out the window, and I saw shadows instantly twist into shape and turn into perverse-faced demons. One shadow looked like fingers, and it turned into an arm that reached out and attempted to grab me and pull me down to hell. This arm had a voice. A deep, mysterious, terrifying voice, almost like the one of Indrid Cold from the Mothman prophecies. I pissed my pants, I was so scared. And we finally arrived home. I felt as if this feeling would never go away as we walked into my friend's basement. It was extremely dark down there, and in the corner of my eye I kept seeing a terrifying, demented, evil face staring its deranged, menacing eyes into my own. My friends had kind of cooled down, but not me. We decided to smoke some more bowls and lift our moods. When it was my turn, I lit the Zippo and saw the flame twisting and twirling right in front of me. I was perplexed by it. I had never seen anything more interesting in my life, but out of nowhere, all of a sudden the flame just exploded in my eyes and was the length of the room. I then saw dark figures crawling out of the flame, obviously coming to take me away. I sat there, quivering in fear. My hands were shaking so hard that I dropped the Zippo and it fell on my leg. I sat there and saw it burning a hole through my pants and burning my leg, but I couldn't feel it. Luckily, my friend noticed what was going on and knocked the Zippo off my leg, and my other friend picked it up and started to stare at it in pleasurable wonder. I wished I could feel that way. I started to cry, just all-out cry. Why were my friends so much better off than me? Why the fuck does God hate me? And then I started to scream, just scream my lungs out. My friend came over and pulled his hand back and slapped me vigorously across the face. I watched the motion of his hand, and it seemed like 50 hands were coming across and slapping me, one by one. I had to retaliate. I took the lamp off the table next to me and threw it at his head. The glass lamp shattered across his face, and he slumped to the floor. The light had singed his hair, and his face was dripping with blood. It made me happy to see him in pain, to see somebody else going through the same thing that I was. My 2 other friends weren't even watching as I got on top of my nearly unconscious friend and started beating him senseless with anything I could find. Thankfully, his parents sprinted down the basement stairs and saw what was happening. They stopped me from potentially and unknowingly killing my friend. My 2 other friends had no idea what was going on because they were over in the other corners of the dark room tripping hard. The boy's parents flicked on the lights and I was blinded. I jumped off the boy and started to sprint out the door, where I jumped through a window thinking I was a hawk. Of course, we were in the basement, so luckily I just landed on the ground in front of me. The boy's parents called 911. All of us were taken to the hospital. We had mostly come down from the trip. My friend was lying unconscious, barely alive. I had just now realized what I had done. I had a broken left arm and some deep cuts from jumping through the window, but nothing like my friend's wounds. The rest of us were taken to the police station for questioning. I admitted to ingesting the LSD, but not to beating my friend. My friends admitted to nothing and wound up getting off scot-free. I was charged with assault and battery, and because I had gel tabs in my pocket, I was charged with drug possession as well. The moral of this story is, don't fuck up. Don't trip when you are depressed, and always trip with somebody sober. I didn't listen to this advice, and I paid a heavy toll for it.